Welcome. This is Stephanie with Growing from the Woodpile, and today I'm going to be planting some of these seeds that I bought, I'm pretty sure back in 2012, if we open them up. I do just want to pull, so 2010. That is the first time I tried to garden, then life got busy. So there's this sweet California wonder. I'm not planting those. I may plant one or two of the cucumbers. Bush beans, maybe I'll plant some of those. Definitely going to plant some of the corn. It's not time for peas. Um, Zucchini, not doing lettuce yet. I want to really do these onions, but it's not time yet. I'm not doing the tomatoes yet. And then there's carrots. So this is what came in here. I've never used it. So two things I'm testing to see survival. These have been in my freezer for about 12 years since I've got them. And I want to see if they are any good after keeping them. So I'm going to pull a couple of them out of each one and get them planted today. And I need to find my plant labels. But we're going to head outside. Forgive me for the lighting. I don't know how to fix the camera, but we're going to head outside and do some planting. Well, I haven't headed outside yet. I thought I would open them up. What I did is I went ahead and labeled some bags, and I probably only want to plant like the zucchini, 3 or 4. Um, Fortunately, since I'm not going to be here, so there's about that many in there, and I really wish I could fix the lighting. Let me see if I turn on some more backlights. So I just don't know if it's a fair shot. I won't be here to monitor them or water them. My drip irrigation does a good job at it, but I won't be here to give them specialized care. So that's the zucchini, the bush beans here. It is pretty full. And a good handful of those. I want to get them back in the freezer. That's why I'm not taking the whole thing outside. And whatever I don't, I'm going to put back in the freezer. I don't even know where I knew to get this. Again, it was over 10 years ago. So, put this over here. Close these back up pretty tightly. Don't want like moisture and stuff to get in there. Now, corn, I probably shouldn't plant corn, but I want to. I want to try. And I read up on it online, and I do square foot gardening. So it says I can plant some every 4 inches. My emitters are only every 6 inches. So I like to plant at an emitter just because I know that then it's getting water. So dropped one on the ground here. And not quite sure how much I'm going to do. I was going to do 2 beds across from each other because you do got to kind of keep it together because you do need enough corn. It's probably not the best use of my space, honestly, but that's okay. All right. Hopefully I can fix some of this lighting issues and production. I'm not very good at production side of it, so you might just have to bear with. Ooh, definitely don't need that many. There's quite a few cucumbers in here, so I might just do them pretty heavy. All right. Do have a little bit of maintenance I need to do in the garden today before I plant. And go from there. All right, we're all closed up, closed up, closed up. So I don't know what a lot of these things mean. Germination, 95, purity, 99. But I should probably Google them and see if they still carry these. All right, I'm going to go it says produces about 1/4 of an acre garden. Sealed, triple layered bag, store in a cool, dry environment. Moisture content carefully balanced for long term. Blah blah blah. And store in a refrigerator or freezer is recommended. So that's what I've done for the last 10 years. This is the form I made on my right here on my Google Sheets, and not all of it is completely up to date, but at least I'm going to go back through with a brown dry erase. This is a sleeve I got at the dollar store, and I can write on where I planted things today. Besides using my plant tags were not a plant tags. These are popsicle sticks when I used to teach, and I'm just going to write on them. I broke them in half so I'd have enough. And I got all my beans that I want to be planted out. So that is my little plan today to get some things in the ground. I'm not sure how much I'll get in the ground, but I do want to, pardon the garden mess. Let's see, how do I, can't seem to know how to zoom out. I can zoom in, but I can't zoom out. That's okay. So, oh, got some water in there. I do want to go through a bed and put some compost in it. This is my completed city compost that I mixed some of my own in. This is my ongoing, will take 2 years compost because I don't water it or keep it going. So I usually put these in the fall at the bottom of a bed and let it continue to break down. I'm not going to get to stirring that today, but I do want to top off those beds with this. And we'll see how much of that I can film or not film. I am going to put the walking. It got kind of windy last night, so yeah, this is existing a problem right here that I need my son to fix. So hopefully I can get him to do that today. Probably not. He works, but I'm going to amend this bed right here and plant beans in it. So I'm going to pull the straw off, put down some compost, and go from there. But, oh no, one of my roselles snapped over here. Little thing. So I do need to put the timer on a rain delay. So he didn't snap. He just kind of got blowed over. So maybe I'll get something to tie him back up. But these roselles are looking nice and big. Okay, let's get to planting and see if I can find my cat's cat collar while I'm out here. She lost it again. So I got the fall garden amended, and I'm only planting the emergency seeds that that is in season right now. I mean, it's not a fair shot if we don't. I'm going to plant bush beans in here. I've had success in here. It's been amended. Haven't had great success in this spot in the garden. I don't know why. I've tried. Actually, cilantro did well there. So I'm going to plant some, did I say peas? Because I meant green beans. They are these bean bush. I think it had like a letter on it. Excuse me, I only got one hand. Bean bush Lake E. That was in the kit. I'm going to plant some there. And I'm going to plant a Three Sisters garden. But there is some other things in the bed. So over here, I'm going to plant the corn. And I'll plant a few bush beans. And then I think over here by this okra, I'm going to do one of the zucchini plants. Then I'm going to do corn here, corn here. Maybe I'll do another zucchini plant in there. So I kind of want to plant the corn in the two so they're by each other. Then I'll give the zucchini a chance to grow and the beans in three different spots so they have their best chance to see if they survive, because I didn't do the wet paper towel test. So I'm going to get on planting these. I will attach you to the chest mounted camera. But I need to run inside real quick because I'm not sure in the square foot gardening how much corn and beans to plant in a square foot. So I'm going to run in the house real quick and do that. All right, went in the house. This was the beans. The E was because I wrote for it. That was the emergency kit. So this is Bean Bush Blue Lake 274, and the corn is the golden. And the corn you can do 4 per square foot, and the bush beans you can do 9. I probably should have done more research on how to do the Three Sisters garden, but we're just gonna go for it. All right. Here is my trusty sitting stool. I usually do more of a 3-gallon bucket, so I couldn't quite find my 3-gallon bucket. I'll probably just get in on my knees. We'll see how much we can get of this filming. I'm going to move the camera so I can maybe see it a little bit better. But then it bounces when it's up here. Hello, shadow. Alright. Oh, I don't know if you can see him. He's right there. He's a grasshopper. He's green. I actually got him and he's moving. Ah, kill him! He's green. And he blends in with the basil and other plants. So I'm going to kill him off screen. Don't like doing that. Okay, corn. Corn. Let's do this. And I don't know how not to be in. Maybe we'll do this one first. So, 4 per square foot. That's basically a foot, so there's 3. I had little markings down here years ago, so we're just going to make it up as we go. I was going to try to plant by emitters, but that's just going to be too hard. So, we're just going to do this. Plant our emergency garden. So I usually take my favorite planting tool, and if this is a foot here, I'm going to do one here, one here, one here. So there's 4, and then one here, one here, one here, one here. Don't know why I need to keep saying one here. Can't see things a whole lot anyways. So I usually like to pre-dig my holes, and then I usually change my plan halfway through. So then I will go back, grab the corn. I don't need a glove right now. And drop them in the hole. Oop, there's 2 in that one. I'm not sure how much seed I have, so I'm not going to double seed them. Okay. Now, I kind of say push them in and then cover them. Push them in a little bit and cover them. A little bit cover, a little bit cover. So that's my plan. I don't think you got one. Oh, that was a little deep. Just making stuff up as I go. So that's my plan. So that's the green beans. The corn. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to plant a green bean down the middle, right? Because I didn't do my research. I am usually a research person. So I'll plant the green beans down that middle row. Now I need to grab my green beans, put my corn back in. Grab the beans. I also don't know if the Three Sister Garden is supposed to be whole beans. So, lots of unknowns. The thing is I will go do my research of what I did wrong after this. So, do another one in there. I guess if I had to survive, I would not survive. Or maybe I'm learning the knowledge now so I can survive, right? Learning by our mistakes. Oh. Excited to grow corn. I did attempt when I did a garden 12 years ago to grow it. And I grew stalks. Okay, so that is the plan. I'm going to plant this out. I do also need to find a spot for the cucumber because that was also one thing I can plant now. But I'm going to go get my stool and turn you guys off until I wrap this up. I went ahead and did my research, and yes, I should have researched before I planted. But that's okay. We're still going to do it. It's only a 3-foot by 6-foot spot, a 3-foot by 5-foot spot. So mostly I was just testing if the seeds were good after 12 years. But the things I learned from growing organically Peaceful Valley, she has a YouTube channel, and the Next Level Gardening is a couple things. You do plant the corn first. About 2 weeks later, then you plant pole beans, not bush beans like I did, and then you can plant any arrangement of zucchini. And you should do it in some type of circle or mound, which I did not do. Also, I watched the Next Level Gardening because the reason was because his I don't know, at the top caught my attention and said, why I'll never plant a Three Sisters garden. And it's because you're supposed to cut it all down and harvest it when they're dry. And that he had a hard time getting there and getting the corn and finding the green beans. And I did plant the wrong green beans, so they're only going to get 2 or 3 feet. And the corn hopefully will get tall. So it's going to get the nitrogen that the corn does allow you, that takes and the green beans give. But you can plant the green beans if they're pulling, they climb up the stalks, support the stalks, and also put nitrogen back in and use it to climb. And then I think the squash covers the ground, so you get less pests and keeps water retention. But, you learn as you go, and that's okay. Thank you for learning and growing at the Woodpile, where you should do your research first.